gonna be Red Start. Yeah, Red Start.
Red Start. Yeah, Red Start and Dalton are easily like the two best tracers we've seen in AGs like in a long time. So
Dalton for
in
sure.
this scene
Yeah.
itself, yeah, in this scene itself, in the tier 2, tier whatever you want to call it, in the scene itself, Dalton is easily among the elite. And Nero on the Genji. I mean, this entire team is. I mean, that's why they are who they are, where they are. You know, the only team we've seen even contest them is Rockets Esports, and Rockets Esports here, you know, the undisputed reigning champions of Overwatch Open Season 1. You know, nobody could touch those guys, even for the longest time until Where's Baldo came around. So really established themselves as some of the best, some of the most elite here in this tier of the Overwatch scene. But we're started here on Shrine. We are going to see a Far Mercy coming out from Hunt. Let's see what he can make of it.
Already putting out some pressure onto Krogger. It looks like they're looking for that, but Troll going to come through in a nice opening pick. They fire back, so it is 5v5, but these Mercies should be able to pick these guys back up.
With that, Diva being demet, Kraken Lacken going to be in a rough spot. They might be able to take advantage of this. The Pharah doesn't have to worry about that defense matrix right now. He's in a pretty healthy position as well. But as I say that, Nero spots him. So does the Winston. They take care of business, and they secure the first points without an issue. Actually, there was a little bit of an issue here, but they pulled it back.
And they were able to clean that one up. Despite losing Dalton early on, they were able to easily jump onto Troll, who was out there on an island, and I guess there's better ways to put it, but I mean, he was on his own out there on the side, on stairs. But now we're going to be seeing Dalton kind of creeping around the side, but looking for a little bit of action in the back line, hoping to shut down Troll. Has him down pretty low, forces him to turn around, so he's not going to get as much out of that Deadeye.
Still Dalton trying to wreak havoc in the back as they are really diverting their attention, not allowing for them to actually find a way to initiate Hurix. As I say it, it's Nero in the back line with the Dragon Blade. They clean it up. Forget about Hans's barrage. He picked up one, but it didn't seem to make the difference as they will easily hit 50% and counting now and seemingly have no answer for the DPS duo here. That is Where's Baldo.
And it looks like they're just going to pull Kraken Lacken back to not only allow Moth to get back into position, but also give him his Valkyrie. So that's going to be huge into this next fight. They're going to have both support ults. Yeah, Paintbrush and forwards are pretty close to theirs, but if everything's spaced out correctly with Chain as well, they could really get a lot into this next one to allow themselves in this, I mean, what will potentially amount to be the last fight after this, to actually be able to win that one out too.
They're so spread out. I mean, Troll is on the side here trying to get a flank. Hunt is a little up front. I mean, now he is, but even before that, the rest of the team, Chain was just in the back. He didn't even need the support of Nero and Dalton. I mean, honestly, they're all over the place right now. But then again, it's Where's Baldo? What do you do against these guys right here? They've got one final opportunity. They haven't quite a few ultimates to use, so we'll see what they can make of it. Deadeye to get it started way in the back.
Yeah, not going to find anything off of that. That looked a lot like those tire ults, too, where he was just flicking all over and not really getting what he wanted out of it. Finally might find a kill into Dalton, but not going to find the headshot, and therefore not going to find the kill.
All of that damage that would have come through from Sugar Free's Dragon Blade just going to be negated by Hakume coming through with the Transcendence, able to keep Nero alive in the mix here. Still, they've got an opportunity. They've got the numbers. They might be able to pull this back. Nero has a Dragon Blade. He's going to try to pull it together for the team. Can he do it, Hurix? Doesn't look like that's the case. Troll is keeping him at bay along with Paintbrush. Regardless, Moth goes ahead. He pops Valkyrie. They might be able to pull this back. Somehow, Nero turned the 1-on-2 in his favor. And it looks like it's going to be Where's Baldo securing the first point.
What? They just completely forgot about Nero in the back. I mean, Troll was looking at him. He had him, you know, kind of forced out. Could have been pressing that. I didn't know if he had his stun at all. I mean, the flashbang might have been down, but they at least could have put some pressure on him to make sure that they shut him down. He didn't have deflect. They had the ability to call that in comms, like, hey, Genji deflect down, you can go for that kill. He's going to be easy. They also saw that he didn't have the dash, so he's basically just a sitting duck, easy kill, and they just forgot about him. Allowed him to get the reset on his dash. He just dashed through, found a kill onto the McCree, and then just started firing around with the dashes after that. You can't let a guy like that snowball. You just can't.
Well, heading to Sanctum, we'll see if they're able to turn this one back around. A 100-0 first round could be the story of the set. Hurix, given we've got 2 control point maps in a row. We'll be heading to Ilios next, and we do have a Widowmaker. Nero looking down his sights. He is going to be going up against an Orisa, excuse me. and a Junkrat to power down that there is no Reinhardt. Power down the Winston bubble at that. But Nero opens up with 3 kills, man. Don't have to say much more than that. He is opening up the sights. He finds 4 out of those 6 kills.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. And this is a big thing that I was wondering about. As soon as I saw him on the Widow, you know, this is going to give us a little bit of an idea of what to expect on Ilios. Obviously, yeah, Nero could certainly not really luck out and not get, you know, Ruins. But if at any point Ilios comes out to have Ruins in the pool, you're probably going to see him on the Widow, and you're probably going to see him dominating after what we just saw.
They are a little dispersed right now. It looks like the Tracer Junkrat combo from the side of No Anime Allowed looking to deal with Kraken Lacken, but Kraken Lacken finding himself in a 1-on-2 situation. He's going to pull through. Meanwhile, they're looking to make a push onto the objective, and nobody is seemingly able to deal with this Widowmaker pick from Nero. He is going to just destroy these guys. Infrasight comes down, and not even going to necessarily need it as they hit 40% with ease.
So far, they have a 100-0 on Shrine. Here on Sanctum, you don't typically see 100-0s on this one here, but maybe it's going to be happening on this one. We did see the Riptire take out Chain. He's pretty close to ult, but I don't know if Mott's going to be able to get over there. It looks like he's maybe communicating to Dalton, maybe make his way over there, but they're probably just going to let him go for the respawn instead.
They're not even going for the objective here. They were okay. Now they're actually going for it right now. Now we see Hakume moving on to the point here with the Transcendence. Not even really going to be threatened whatsoever by any of these guys, to say the least. Troll is going to be a little bit of a worry on the Tracers. He does scrounge up a kill for himself, but Nero going to be brought right back up into the mix here. They're sitting on a Valkyrie as well and a Pulse Bomb. Really nothing to worry about now, hitting 82%. One final chance. Sugar Free going to have to pull through big with this Dragon Blade.
Yeah, sending Kraken Lacken soaring back over to the point. Nero laying out the pressure as Chain is just annoying them again on the side. He goes down. Moth is not in the vicinity to actually get that res as he takes some pressure actually from the Junkrat. They're opening up. Can they turn this around? Finally get some points on the board for themselves.
Dragon Blade, Sugar Free diverted all of his attention over to the Widowmaker. Found the kill. Nero gets brought back up, and finally, No Anime Allowed, able to scrounge up some points, put something on the board. Riptire out from Hanzi. Strive for Hakume, gets the kill and keeps himself alive somehow here. As I don't even think where's Baldo is going to back off. They know they've got numbers right now. They pull Hakume back up into the mix, give him that double support advantage now. But with Hakume and Shane now both taken down, they're going to be forced to back off.
Oh, it's a little sketchy at this point. Nero falling back now as he's going to take a one-on-one against the Tracer. Tracer should win this one, especially as he gets the health reset as well. He's just toying with him a little bit, just jumps off now. And he's going to have to go for that respawn a little bit. I don't know about that Mercy play before where we saw him popping Valkyrie. You know, they were already losing the fight. I think he just wanted that reset to try to quick turn it around off of like one or two respawns that they had at that stage. But I think, honestly, at the end of the day, a little bit of a misplay there.
It really feels like Where's Baldo are just kind of toying around, having some fun with this right now, because it doesn't feel like they're actually making a big push onto the point. Now they're looking to regroup. Chain out now with the Primal Rage on the point himself. He was pretty much the only one there, but the nice Pulse Bomb connects from Dalton. Takes a big chunk onto Krogger, but he keeps himself alive long enough to use the Primal Rage and keep himself up. Sugar Free with the Dragon Blade was able to grab a couple for himself here in the backline. Pulse Bomb Troll not quite able to stick, but they're still maintaining control. They might have pulled this round in their favor. They've got one more fight to prove themselves.
Dalton sitting at 3 HP does get taken down by Troll, forcing that res to come out. Junkrat Tire coming out from Haunt. Looks like the rest of Where's Baldo just kind of hanging back. This is intelligent on their part to try to get away from that. Nero does find the kill on the Tire so that they can finally start moving forward here. They do have Hakume ready to go with Transcendence, but this is their last opportunity. Somehow they let go of a 99% to 0 lead, and now they have to battle it back to try to get control again.
They need to get on the point. Chain is all alone. Kraken Lacken almost demeched. He is going to be demeched here, and they didn't even use the Transcendence. Now it's going to come out here, but the Valkyrie's out as well. They clean him up. It's all about Dalton and Nero right now. Despite a rough opening and having Kraken Lacken lose his mech here, very surprising turnaround from these guys. Getting up to 99%. Regardless, Where's Baldo take the round and secure a map #1 victory here over No Anime Allowed.
And remember, while that one took a little bit to get there, going over to Ilios, if this is going gonna go the way of where's Baldo, then this could be rather quick. So definitely don't go anywhere at all, or you might miss it. And here's Nero, a little sneak peek of what we could potentially expect on Ruins if we do see that map in the rotation.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness, what a monster. What a monster, man. But again, they've got an opportunity on Ilios, and I don't think it's going to get any easier because of that Widowmaker, like you had said here. We're going to have to find an answer for him. You know, maybe break out the Widowmaker of their own. I think that's really the only answer they're going to be able to, you know, have for him here on Ilios.
So now it's just a question of which maps we're going to be seeing. I mean, obviously, like Well and Lighthouse, you might see some play from, you know, Farah, maybe a little Roadhog play on Ilios just to take us back in time. You know, as Roadhog is certainly in the meta right now, you might expect to see, you know, some hooks into the Well. We'll have to see what we actually wind up getting. Because again, if we do go to Ruins, and that is going to be the case, I mean, Nero, please bring the Widowmaker,
he was
buddy.
hoping for it. There's no way he wasn't hoping for it.
I was hoping for it.
Yeah. We all were, given that play the game.
So,
real question is, what are we going to see from No Anime Allowed? Well, do they want to break out one of their own?
Well, the weird thing is, excuse me, looking back, you know, onto Sanctum, think about the different compositions that we've seen, you know. We've seen, not just on one occasion, this team pull out Orisa. I mean, yeah, not likely to see it here on Ruins, but perhaps you could see it on either, probably Will, maybe like Lighthouse or something like that. I don't know, but still, it's going to be one of those situations where it could be something interesting pulled out because they're not afraid to pull something weird out. It looks like Haunt right now is sitting on a Bastion right now, but I don't know if he's going to actually stick on this. I don't think that's the case. It looks like he's on a Hanzo now, but either way, whatever they wind up bringing out, it's going to be tough to deal with Nero on this Widowmaker, as what we saw on Nepal. You know, this man's on fire already.
Somber out from Hakume as well, so they're going to be playing with a little bit of fun here. See what they can make of this. We'll see if that Hanzo Zarya combo is able to link up with each other. It's going to be the Hanzo versus the Widowmaker in terms of you know, the sniper duel here. We'll see what they're able to make of it, Hurix. But right away, I think that Where's Baldo already establishing some point control in terms of their positioning right now. But Jane caught way out of position here. Didn't see the stun coming out there from Troll. And just like that, they might have an opportunity to pull this in their favor here.
Well, we're seeing Nero still finding some heads in the background, and we do see him finding both supports. Now they can just kind of whittle these guys down slowly, look for the tanks now who don't have that extra bit of healing. Hakume comes through with an EMP. That should shut them down. They will secure this first point despite really being quite a bit behind. I mean, again, you give up those sightlines to a guy like Nero, and you will lose the fight.
Oh, man, that was all on Nero. And then a nice EMP to seal the deal from Hakume. Excellent play, especially since Chain just got caught way out of position right now. Hakume, ooh, almost gets in the rough spot. And that's going to be Troll. Because of that, McCree, of course, somewhat of a counter there to that Silver, able to stun them out so they don't get to translocate back. But Haunt now, of course, is on his own Widowmaker. So he's going to be matching that one, seeing if he can deal with it. But no, Nero finds him as Chain in the mix as well, really wreaking havoc in the back. Kraken Lacken looking to make a little bit of a move, and you've got so many pests like Dalton and Hakume. How do you even look to make a push onto the point here?
That's what's crazy about this roster, actually. I mean, we've been spending so much time talking about, you know, Nero, you know, a little bit of here and there, Hakume as well, that I've almost forgotten that Dalton has been here all along, just being insane as well. He got shut down there on screen, but so did the rest of the team here. Chain going beast mode right now, found himself a kill onto Haunt, so they will be able to make an entry without having to worry about that pesky Widow just, you know, firing down that lane, trying to shut down just like the same way we see Nero doing. But now Nero with the opportunity to try to find a pick before Haunt actually makes his return. We'll have to see if he finds anything here.
And Dalton to the Genji, maybe actually trying to put some more pressure onto that back line, but of course they don't have a Widowmaker anymore. Graviton Surge came out, didn't look like it got anything. It looked like it was absorbed by the defense matrix here. They're gonna go ahead and pick up 2 kills. Now Mercy's out of the picture as well, and Dalton made the smart move over to the Genji. He picks up 3 for himself, and that should ensure a point point hold for themselves right now, as they're going to continue to tick past 50%.
This is one of those situations where, you look back at Rockets Esports and you think, yeah, Red Star is definitely their Tracer player. You definitely consider Toilet Man to be their projectile, including that Genji. But Red Star has that secret hidden Genji that's also just as good as his Tracer. And Dalton is the same way, man. He pulls out this Genji and you're thinking, this might not be as good as his Tracer. And he just pulls that out, just goes insane on the side there.
Still, look at Haunt right now. He's not even with the rest of the squad, being blocked out there by Kraken Lacken. Meanwhile, in the thick of things, as it's Moth actually popping the Valkyrie. They've got a Dragon Blade out here from Dalton, but a Transcendence comes through from Paint Rush. This is pretty much all or nothing now as 90% ticks. There's a Dragon Blade. He's going to unsheath it. Finds low, looking for another EMP out. A little overkill, throwing everything on the line. Primal Rage out from Chain as well, Hurix, and they secure round number 1 without any issues whatsoever.
And how many times did we have to see Haunt switch too? I mean, he was able to try to work his way into the backline, but he found nothing. I mean, complete shutdown at every level. We're talking about clinical disruption of the enemy. I mean, they have not been able to do anything to Nero here on the Widow. I don't think he'll stick to this. I mean, he might, just because he might be feeling himself at this point. But yeah, the Pharah that he's pulling out right now is more of what I would probably expect here. Now Hunt is on a Doomfist as they're bringing out a Junkrat as well. But if they go with that comp, they're not going to have anything to deal with Nero, and that's going to not be the first time that they have had that problem.
Okay, what are they going to make of it, man? You've got the McCree up against Nero. Can Haunt pull through? They've got the Junkrat as well, so interesting composition coming out from these guys. No Diva to actually defend against this Pharah pick, which will be rough if they don't make a change. We'll see if Sugar Free is going to be the one to do that on the Tracer, or if they want to move someone like Haunt over to that. We'll see if that's kind of in their forte, but regardless, Hurix, they're already in a pretty good position. Chain gonna dive into the back, try to isolate a few of them. Krogger, the first to fall. Point is unlocked here, and this should be easy for Where's Baldo again to solidify their first hold.
We will see Sugar Free just kind of bouncing around right now. Dalton hanging about, taking a little bit of a 1v1 here, or at least optioning, or I guess weighing the options right now. I mean, right now, we do see them already ahead 10% with good control. Look at the ults as well, as Moth at 57% is really the only one that's kind of falling behind in terms of what you would like to have in the next couple of fights, but could very well catch up.
They do have Tracer contesting the point. That's going to pull them back. No, I don't think they're going to be able to contest this one. So Nero trying to get there in time. They almost get the flip here. Should be the easy pull through onto that kill onto the Tracer here, but still Sugar Free going to be taken down. They're going to go ahead and pop Valkyrie from the side of forwards to see, but no, he's going to be taken down. Nero in the skies with the barrage, going to take care of business. And this is just they're destroying these guys right now. It's not even close for the side of No Anime Allowed.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where it's just like, not just like on a mechanical level, but you're talking also just in terms of like team play, synergy, dynamics, everything that goes into what makes a team good or bad. Like at every level, Where's Baldo is just a step ahead, and that's why it seems so daunting, because typically, the difference is, here and there there might be a mechanical skill difference, or here and there might be something missing in terms of team play, but Where's Baldo, honestly, it's basically at every level here that there is a problem.
Certainly seems to be the case, at least up against against these guys in particular, but forwards finding, Dalton finding a pulse bomb onto forwards is going to be a good kill, given that you don't have to worry about that resurrect now. But even so, Hurix with Kraken Lacken out of the mech and him taken down, maybe an opportunity, maybe a window in their final attempt, Hurix, to move towards the point. 93%. It's certainly going to go into overtime. Do they have the numbers here to do something? They got a Transcendence to work with. They're picking up a few kills, Hurix. It looks like they might just make the flip. A Primal Rage is out now. They're going to drop off the map. They're going to be forced to give this one up.
Finally, a flop comes. No Anime Allowed makes their way in, and it's crazy to see how a guy as dominant as Paintbrush has shown himself to be has just been silenced in the face of Where's Baldo. And Barrage coming out, they're going to find an opening pick, and that's probably the best one that they can find onto the Mercy, because as we will see, more than likely, Nero picked up, and he is. Now they can just go ahead, don't have to worry about that Resurrect getting anybody up from the other side.
And Nero cleans it up. Transcendence on the point from Paintbrush, trying to keep the dream alive, but I just don't see it happening. Sugar Free, the lone survivor, he's going to be taken down here. So they're going to get the flip, and that will certainly spell defeat, as Where's Baldo will secure yet another AG Weekly victory here in Week 72. 2-0, no anime is allowed, without an issue whatsoever.
I mean, this is probably their most dominant win so far of AG. This is just insane, and this is a great look back at Dalton pulling out that Genji for a moment there. I mean, we get taken away, a little carried away rather, with the Tracer play that he pulls out all the time, but here he is with the Genji that you just don't get to see all that often.
And just like that, again, another victory in the books for these guys. They take home, I think, what, their third or fourth in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I think. I think they've only lost one as of late with the Rockets Esports last week. So congratulations to these guys taking home first place. Well-deserved victory indeed. Guys, that's going to wrap up the night for us. As always, a huge thank you to our partners, Haste and Matt.